Flosstube. It's Carolyn Zook here with C-Zook Stitch. Today is Saturday, October 12th, 2019. I'm really glad that you're here, and we have an exciting Flosstube today. So we have hit 1,000 subscribers. I think we're at 1,060, so I'm very, very excited. So welcome if you're new. I'm so glad that you're here. If you've been with me for a long time, thank you for keeping on coming back. We have such a great community. The stitching community is just so wonderful. And I've never really experienced a community as welcoming and supportive as this community. So I'm really, really thrilled to be a part of it. So thank you so much. I am back from my trip to Chicago. I had my 20-year college reunion last weekend. It was wonderful. I hadn't been to campus in about 10 years since my 10-year reunion. It's changed a lot. Campus looks great. Buildings, there's new buildings. Everything looks really, really good. Saw a lot of wonderful friends. Got to spend time with a lot of wonderful friends. We ate at our favorite places. Yeah, it was just a really great weekend. A lot of good kind of one-on-one, lots of time to connect with people. So that was really wonderful. I'm so glad that I went. It's a great community. So I am back now. I worked this week, of course. Apparently work expects me to show up. And I am actually leaving again for a work trip to California this coming Thursday. So, and then things should calm down for a bit. Well, then the holidays are coming. But anyway, let's jump into it and get started. Let me show you what I've been working on. So the first piece I'm working on is Stars Bright by Lindy Stitches. Sorry about the glare. I am stitching this for a friend of mine who is getting married in January. So this is a piece that does kind of have a timeline. And where I worked is I'm down in this part and I've almost connected the border. So let me show you where I'm at. So this is where I'm at. So I did a few more squares down here and then I switched over to another project. So I have one more square to do here, and then I work my way up. I think there'll be 2 squares, and hopefully it will meet up perfectly. And then I can move to the inside, which I'm hoping will go a bit faster. I've never actually stitched words before, and I keep hearing that words go quite a bit faster. And there are a lot of words in the middle, and then the 2 birds, which look like, I was going to say block colors, but there is some kind of feathering in there. Get that pun. But so hopefully I just have I think these 3 really left to do. And then I'll have the border done. So that is coming along well. I worked on this right after my last Flosstube for a few days, and then I went to Chicago for the reunion. And then I came back and I started working on the ornaments. Now, some of you know that I decided a few weeks ago that I was going to make ornaments for my coworkers, which would be about 29 ornaments for everyone in the department. Usually I do this every other year. I did it last year. I usually make them out of felt in my die cut machine. I showed them in the last video, I think, so you can take a look at those. This year I decided I wanted to stitch them. They're tiny, so a lot of you think I'm absolutely nuts for trying to do 29 ornaments. They are small. They're very small, so they are going pretty quickly. So I'll show you what I did. So these are reindeer. Don't look too closely at them though. I had a hard time figuring out how I wanted to do the back stitching, but I think from a distance it looks okay. I don't love it up close, but from a distance it looks okay. So these are mostly done, these reindeer. So I'm going to do about 4 of 7 different patterns, and I'll show you where I got those from in just a minute. And then one of the patterns I'll have to do 5 of instead of 4. So all I have left to do for the reindeer is I'm going to put a little pom-pom on the nose, and then maybe a little bell or a little pom-pom here for the ball of the hat. And then cut them out and put them together. So I got those done, mostly done. Just the finishing touches. And then I started on the cats. So this one is almost done. I just have to put the pom-pom on the Santa hat and then do all the back stitching. And then so the others are missing their Santa hats and the back stitching as well. I might redo, I don't know what happened. I'm doing beads for eyes and they're kind of wonky on this one. This is just a needle minder, so you can ignore that. But that's where I've gotten there. So 8 are close, well 4 are essentially done except for the finishing piece, and I think I'm going to finish them all together. These 4 are close to being done. And that's what I have done. So where I'm getting these from is this magazine. This is Ultimate Cross Stitch Christmas. This is from 2018. I just got this at my Barnes & Noble last year, of course. And in it, they have a section, and I've probably showed this before, but they have a section called All Wrapped Up. These are meant to be like quick stitch gift tags. And I thought they'd make great quick little ornaments since I started so late. So here's the reindeer. So that'll be cute. And then here's the kitty cat. So he'll be cute. And I'm trying on each one, I'm trying to do something a little bit special to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. So on the reindeer, I don't know if it's coming through, but I used Etoile Blanc for the hat rim and beads for the eyes, which it doesn't call for. And then I'll put a little bell and a pom-pom for the nose. On the cats, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little pom-pom for the nose so it'll stand out. And again, either do a bell or a pom-pom for the ball of the hat. And I did, yeah, the hat is stitched in the Etoile red. It's not really coming through, but it does have a little bit of a sparkle, so it does make it a little bit special. So these are good quick stitches. There's a lot of cute ones. I think that bird is really cute. I'm not going to be making that. A lot of them are just the pattern, so I don't know how many I can show you actually. I think that's all that I can show you that I plan to stitch. But I will definitely show them to you as I go along. Okay, so that's all I've been working on stitching. So I probably worked on Stars Bright for 3 or 4 days, and the rest of the time on the ornaments. I took the ornament stitching with me to Chicago. I didn't even pull it out once. I had an overnight red-eye flight, so the one evening that I actually had kind of free time before everybody came into town, I fell asleep at 7:30 for the night because I can't do red eyes anymore. I can't sleep on the plane. So I didn't get anything done on that. I'm so glad I brought it. The ornaments is just, they're small, they're easy to travel with, they don't take up much room. And just in case my flight got delayed or something, I think maybe I did pull it out on the plane and I did like one length of thread. I get motion sick pretty easily, so I can't do a lot on planes other than just kind of sit there and daydream. So I'm realizing now I forgot my haul bag, so let me pause and grab the haul bag and be right back. So just a little bit of haul to show you. Some of this I actually got in the Chicago area when I was there. My friend and I, we did a little errand running shopping. She wanted to go to Hobby Lobby, and then we hit up Joann's. I got 4 pieces of felt. This is the sticky back felt. So what I plan to do with the ornaments is just stick them on there and have this be the backing. So I got 4 colors. I got this brown, which I think will be good for the reindeer, and I'm making a hedgehog. I got this charcoal gray, which I think is really pretty. I'm doing a penguin, so that might look good on there. I'm doing a couple of snowmen, so the white, and then I got the red, which can be for any of it. So hopefully that will work well. I've never used sticky felt before. I am hoping that it will stick well enough and that I don't have to mess around with gluing the stitching and all that, because that makes me a little bit nervous. So I got that, and then I was looking through the clearance rack, and I found this fashion trim. This is Pom Pom fashion trim, and it's just a really pretty cream. It's coming through pretty true to color. And I actually, so it was in the clearance rack, and it said $2.49 on clearance, and I thought that's not a great deal, but when it rang up at 62 cents. I grabbed all of the ones that I could find. I think I have 6 of these. I'm just showing you one because they're all exactly the same color and everything. Because I thought this would be really good for finishing in the future when I make the bigger ornaments, when I start with enough time to actually make a few each month, which will happen next year. This might be good for finishing, or if I make a pillow or something. It's just a very neutral color, so I thought it would be useful, and for 60 cents, a piece. You kind of can't beat that. Although apparently I was willing to pay $2.50 a piece for them because that's what I thought they were, but they rang up cheaper. So that was a good find, and I'm very excited about that. The last thing this is all from Joann. So the last thing at Joann's I got was this skein of yarn, which was on sale. I think it was about $5. Several of the pieces that I am stitching for the ornaments have scarves. And instead of stitching the scarves, again, wanting to do something a little bit different to make it a little bit 3D stand out, make it a little special, I thought about knitting the scarves. Now they're going to be really, really tiny. I know these aren't really Christmas colors, and I know that it looks a little like baby girl colors, but when you pull it out, it's more of a coral. Can you see that? So it's really pretty, and it has the blues in it, and it's got a little bit of glitter in it. I'm going to try it and see. And knitting the scarves should take no time at all once I figure out how big I need them. They should go really, really quick. I knit, for those who are new, I knit for about 20 years, and then rediscovered cross stitch after taking about a 20-year break, and I haven't knit in about a year, but this will be a good excuse to get out my knitting needles again. So I will show you the progress on that. I just thought this was a really pretty color, a little bit non-traditional holiday colors, and hopefully it will look as cute in person as it looks in my head. That's always the trick, right? So this is called Summer Nights. It's a Lion brand. I'm just reading it now. It's a super fine machine wash and dry. It's 82% acrylic, 18% polyester. So, and I think because it's kind of a summery color, it was on clearance. It was $5 for all that. So that will be more than enough to do what I wanted to do. So that's all I got from Joann's. And then I bought something from one of the Stash Unload pages on Facebook. This is a chart that's been on my wish list for a long time. It was about $6 cheaper. It had been opened, and that's it. It's brand new. It's never been used. So this is a Mirabilia Royal Holiday, a Christmas Queen. I think this one is gorgeous. I think this is the first pattern that I added to my wish list on 123 Stitch over a year ago. And I do worry sometimes that these ones that I really, really love will go out of print and then they become hard to find. So that's her. When I'm going to start it, I have no idea. But I think she would look gorgeous in my home. So I got that, and I'm really, really excited to have that. That's really all the haul. Now, I have other things coming in the mail that I have ordered, including my unicorn chart that was just re-released by Dimensions. So that will be on the way. It's called Scenic Farm. I've been looking for it. You can find it on eBay, but the cheapest I found on eBay was like $65, and I didn't want to pay that for that kit. So that will be coming soon. It may be at my P.O. box, but you'll definitely see that in the next video. And I think I have a couple other things on the way that I'll show you when I get it. So that's all my haul. So we're kind of moving through pretty quickly. Now, what I want to do now is, because we've reached 1,000 subscribers, and I told you that I would be doing the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So let me pause the video again. Let me clean up my haul and my whips, and let me pull out all the giveaways, and we will do the giveaway portion next, and I'm so excited about this. I hope you guys will like it. I'm very, very excited to kind of give you something in return for being such a wonderful part of this community. So let me pause, and I'll be back in 1 second. I am back. So we are going to do the giveaway. I actually have 12 giveaways. I meant to have 10, but I found a couple extras. Most of these giveaways are going to be open internationally, with a few exceptions, and I'll let you know each one, which ones are open US only versus internationally. I think I have about 3 that are open only US, just due to shipping costs, because they're a little bit larger, awkward shapes. But other than that, I will ship to anywhere in the world. Please make sure you're a subscriber and that you're 18 and you don't say giveaway. For most of these, all I want you to do is tell me what your favorite season is. Mine is fall and winter. I love Christmas time. I love the lights, everything like that. So let me know what your favorite season is and why. And it doesn't have to be the same as mine. You don't get bonus points if it's the same as mine. But just let me know. because I'm curious and I want to get to know you a little bit better. One of the giveaways, I'll have you answer a different question. So you only have to answer that question once. And what you will want to do is you will want to get a pencil and piece of paper and write down the numbers as to whether or not you want them. So when you answer the question, you would say, so if I were entering, I would say my favorite season is fall winter because I like the cooler temperatures and the fall colors and the Christmas lights and all that. And I would write down, which ones I want to enter for. So number 1, number 2, number 3, you can enter for all of them, but I want you to enter only for the ones that you would actually want. So if you're not interested in one of them, that's absolutely fine. Just leave that number out. Hopefully that makes sense. And we will get started. So number 1, the first thing I have is a chart. This is called Star Spangled Banner by Northern Expressions Needlework. Star Spangled Banner. And I have included the floss. So it's Dinky Dyes, Midnight, Heartthrob, and Natural. So you will get the floss. On this one, I didn't realize you needed 2 skeins of Heartthrob. And 1-2-3 Stitch accidentally sent me one of the natural and then a pearl natural, which when I emailed them, they responded right away and they said, we don't even carry that, so that's really strange. So that's at my P.O. box now. I haven't had a chance to get it. But what I did is I reordered actually 2 so they would be of the same dye lot. So 2 Heartthrob and 2 natural. Here's what they look like. I'm just going to throw these in my stash for myself. But you will get 2 Heartthrob, 2 natural, and it calls for 1 Midnight, the red, white, and blue. So that's number 1. Northern Expressions Needlework, Star Spangled Banner. Number 1. Okay? And that is open internationally. I'll ship it anywhere. Number 2, and this was one of the patterns that Elizabeth sent to me for giveaway. So thank you, Elizabeth, for this. This is Little House Needleworks. It's called Necessities Sampler. So it's a cute little sampler. I have included all the DMC in here for you. So you will just need the fabric and a needle to get started on this. And I'm trying to see how big it is. Stitch count 93 by 93. Okay, so that's that one. Includes all the DMC. Number 2, Little House Needleworks Necessities Sampler. Number 3 is another one from Elizabeth. So thank you again, Elizabeth. This is called Beachy Mood by the Cricket Collection. You can see what that looks like there. It's very, very cute, especially if you're one of those that's going to say your favorite season is summer. This would be great for you. And I have included, it has a lot of colors. So what I did is I included all the called for buttons. So all the buttons from Just Another Button Company that you need are included in there. So you will have to supply the fabric and your floss. But look how pretty that is. That's so cute. I love this little seagull over here. It's very, very cute. So that's number 3, Beachy Mood, Cricket Collection. Thank you, Elizabeth, for donating this pattern. Number 4, another one from Elizabeth. This is Little House Needleworks. It's called Batter Up. It's a baseball themed one. Very cute. Love that bunting right there. That's very cute. And I have given you all the floss for it. So it calls for, there's 3 DMCs that it calls for. There's a Weeks Dye Works, and then there's 4 Classic Color Works. And I just have to, the DMC is still at the P.O. box, so, but I'll throw that in there when it comes. But other than that, you will have all the floss you need for that project. Okay, so that is number 4. Oh, and I'm so sorry, I've been forgetting. All these so far are open internationally. So all the patterns, so 1 through 4 so far, open internationally. So anybody can enter. Number 5 is a bit different. Number 5 is a $25 gift card from Garan Toten Bags. You know I love Garan Toten Bags. They are fantastic. You do need Facebook to win this. So they only operate their business through albums on Facebook. You must use it within 30 days of when I tell them that you have won. So you will have 30 days. You can't use it on sales or other promotional items. So you can't use it for if you're in one of the Grime Guard or Bag of the Month clubs. You can't use it for that. Anything that appears in their albums, you can use it. So one of the larger bags, the 12 by 18 bags, is $25. So if you bought that, then you would just be responsible for anything over. So if you bought a $25 bag, you would just have to pay for shipping. They will ship it anywhere, but again, it's up to you to pay the difference if you go over $25. So you can get Grime Guards, you could get one of their bags. You know I love their stuff and I love their Facebook community. So you do have to be you have to have access to Facebook, and you will want to join their Facebook group, which is always linked down below. But you will win a $25 gift card from Garan, which they very kindly donated. So thank you, Ronnie and Gary, for that kind donation. So that's number 5. And that will be open internationally as well, but if the shipping costs more, you would just have to pay for it. Number 6 is a pattern from Jan Hicks, Stunning Cross-Stitch Designs. Any pattern of your choice, it will come as a PDF. It is open internationally. What I want you to do for this one, in addition to telling me what your favorite season is if you want to be entered to win this, I want you to go to Jan Hicks Stunning Cross-Stitch Designs. It's madforyarn.com, and I will link that below, and I'll put a little link here. And I want you to look through her site and tell me which ones you would want to stitch. If you win this, you don't have to pick any of those. I just want you to get a feel for it because they are full coverage, so be aware of that. They are quite large and they have a lot of colors. So think of that, but they are so beautiful. She takes these gorgeous photography pictures and turns them into cross-stitch designs. So this is any chart of your choice from her website. So take a look around, tell me which ones you would like to stitch to be entered for the Jan Hicks ones, in addition to your favorite season. Number 6, Jan Hicks, cross stitch of your choice. And she is doing a sale starting January 1 of any of her designs. So if you wanted to participate in that, you could get the chart for free. All right, so that's number 6, and that's open internationally because it's a PDF. Now, number 7. Number 7 is a Garan Tote Bags Grime Guard. This is 11 by 17 Grime Guard. I bought it by mistake. I thought it was cats. It's very clearly dogs. So I'm going to give this away. Again, it's 11 by 17 Grime Guard. And in addition to that, I'm going to throw in a pack of Easy Guide ball tip needles. These are very popular right now. They have little balls on the tip. So if you have been wanting to try these, I haven't tried them yet, but if you want to try these, this is your opportunity. So you will get both the Grime Guard 11 by 17 and the Easy Guide ball tip needles. And this will be open internationally. I'll ship this anywhere. Number 8, it's another Garan Grime Guard. It's 11 by 11. It is Americana trucks. It's hard to see, but it's trucks and American flags. I believe this was from the Grime Guard of the month from July. And I just never opened it, and I'm not sure why, but I'd like to give that away to somebody brand new. 11 by 11, so this is a different size than the last one. And I will also be throwing in a pack of the Easy Guide ball tip needles for you. So you'll get that. That is number 8, also open internationally. All right, we're moving through this. So number 9 is another pattern, Little House Needleworks, Be Rich in Good Deeds. Now you might remember a while ago I showed this, that I got it off the D-Stash page on Facebook. I actually bought 2 of them. I bought one for myself and one for you. So this is, I still have one. So this is for you, and it comes with all the, I'm holding it back here because there's a pattern. It comes with all the called for floss, which is Crescent Colors, which I think now is Classic Colorworks, right? And those colors are just gorgeous. So you will get, all the colors are included here. So you will get this, trying to see if it says how big it is. I think the floss is. Stitch count is 75 by 75. So number 9, that is open internationally. I will ship it anywhere to you. Okay, Now we're getting into kind of the strange things. So these last three are open US only just because they're big and bulky, and shipping I think would cost me an arm and a leg. And these aren't stitching related. So taking a little bit of a risk. Number 10, you don't get the container, but I'm just showing you. So what this is needle felting kit. Okay, so you get everything. You get the roving. Now this is not needle punch. This is different. Okay, so again, not needle punch, needle felting. And I'll show you more. So you get a kit of everything you need to get started. There's needles in here. There's pads. There's this brush pad. There's a styrofoam pad. There's this other type of pad. And in addition to that, you will get 4 books about needle felting. So needle felting with cotton and wool. And these will be the instructional guides. So this is kind of more quilting and needle felting. Artistic needle felting. So what you do is you take the roving and you take a needle and you punch it into shapes. So this flower, it might look from where you are, it might look like it was cut out of felt, but it wasn't. It was needle punched using the roving into the shape of a flower. Needle felting. More techniques and beautiful projects, and then learn to needle felt. So you will get all of this. So this is a big package. You will get all 4 books. You will get all the kit supplies that you need to get started. So if you wanted to learn how to needle felt and make these cute little projects, you can win that. So number 10, open US only. Number 11, again, open US only. Is it going to be a diamond painting? So I bought several diamond paintings. I did one, I have one almost done, and I just kind of lost interest in it. But if you have been wanting to try it, or you know you already love it, I'm going to find a better picture and put it up here. But, so this is a Christmas, 35 colors. It's 50 centimeters by 40 centimeters big, and it's just like a little kid ringing a doorbell in winter. It will come with the diamonds. It will come with everything you need, the wax, the diamond bow, everything you need to start on this. So you can sit down and get started right away. You don't need anything else. So the whole kit will be included. So that's number 11. And number 12 is also a diamond painting kit. It's this pretty Christmas scene. This one has 36 colors. It's also 50 centimeters by 40 centimeters. It will also come with the diamonds and the pen and everything you need to get started on that. So that's what I have for the giveaways. Hopefully you followed all that. I feel like I spoke really fast, but it's been about 14 minutes, 15 minutes. So I'm really excited for this. And again, I thank you so much for being here and being a part of our community. I know I say it a lot. I know I say that a lot in the comments. You know, I'm so glad that you're here, but truly, I really am so glad that you're here. And I'm excited. I've already started making plans for 2020, and I'm just very excited about where we're going to go together in the coming year. So I'm very excited. So that wraps up. I guess all that's left is plans. So my plans coming up, I've found about a 2-week rotation works really well for me. So I have about 1 more week I'm going to work on the ornaments. And then I'm going to go back to Stars Bright and work on that for a couple of weeks. That just is what works well because in this rotation, so I'm going to be back on Flosstube on October 26th, which is 2 weeks from now. So I have 1 more week to work on ornaments, and then the next week I'll work on Stars Bright, and then I'll come show you my progress. But I've found a 2-week rotation is about what works well for me. And within that time, of course, I'll be going on a trip. It's another 5 days I think I'm gone. So I don't know how much stitching I'll get done. And it's a work trip, so I get quite worn out, and it's a lot of social interaction on this trip. So I might get quite worn out and not feel like stitching in the evening, but that's okay. I feel like I'm okay on timing because it's still the first part of October. So Stars Bright, I have to have it done by January. and find a frame and send it off. And the ornaments is really the other time crunch thing. So that's what I plan to work on. I do want to start in November. I would like to start some Thanksgiving pieces. I have a couple picked out that I'd like to start. But we'll just see where Stars Bright and the ornaments are at that point. So that's all I have for you today. Like I said, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you have some great stitching time coming up. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.